afternoon. Welcome to NTM Video. Outside Blackpool Football Club and the statue of Jimmy Armfield. I'm going to show you Blackpool today. So what are we waiting for? Let's jump in. So I've come for a nostalgic look at Blackpool. I came here on annual holidays. My father brought us here for a 5-day round about September time to see the illuminations, and stopped in some of these guest houses that we're passing here. Marvellous. I can remember you used to walk up onto the front here in the morning, and there used to be all these tea stalls, so you could go out in the morning, get a cup of tea, breathe in the sea air, and then come back for your breakfast. Over here you've got the central pier, and there you've got the South Pier and Pleasure Beach. The opposite, the Lindeen, that's been here some years. Let's cross the tram tracks. We don't want to get knocked down like Alan Bradley in Coronation Street. What a lovely day. It's about 16 degrees, I would say, and the sun is shining. Look at that, the glistening Irish Sea. Here's the trams, a lot more modern these days. Let's go into the terminus at Stargate. I don't think there's any need for umbrellas at the moment. Usually is. Just across the way is the Manchester. That's been there a few years, but I'm pretty sure that used to be originally the Yates. Look at these guys here. They're like prehistoric monsters these days. Look at the size of them. Yes, I remember the days of donkey rides and Punch and Judy. I've no idea what these chimneys represent, but in the foreground there is the famous Craigie Dunn Hotel. That's been there some years. Across the way you've got Mark Ellis. I remember that place being on a friend of mine's channel called Stephen, who represents Blackpool. You need to subscribe to his channel. He's excellent. A Walk on the Wild Side. Go, look at this.
I can't get off that curb. Hi everybody. And I'm afraid of falling off. Hiya lads. Hi.
Here we go. Bingo across the way. Here's the guy coming back again with the Union Jack.
Yellow 2 and 8, 28.
There's a wheel going on the central pier.
They're just gorgeous. Hello. Like my mum.
We're getting closer to the tower and just passing the central pier. Which is your favourite pier? Mine always was the north. I'm sure on that corner they had a kind of a Doctor Who exhibition on there. for years. Sea Life across the way. That's been there some years. I've no idea what these are about. I have seen them bending over in the fierce winds here. Can you see the black glass building there? That was the old John Lewis building. And next door was Woolworths. Coral Island across the way. So, does anybody remember years ago, and I'm talking years ago, they used to have milk machines where you could get fresh milk from a vending machine on the promenade. It was beautiful as well. So we'll shortly be coming up to the comedy carpet. Hey, didn't they have some acts on in them days? My favourite, Ken Dodd. Can't beat him. But I've seen some acts here. Either on the North Pier, the Opera House or the Winter Gardens. There we go, the Blackpool Tower. Look at that. Seems everywhere we go these days they've got barriers up now to protect the public. Here we are, comedy carpet. There we go, Tatty Hilarious. In my opinion, the best comedian ever. Loved him. And there through the gap is the Winter Gardens. Here's a nice place. Been in here a few times, it's called the Beach House. Well guys, you can get married here, the wedding chapel. And across the road, which is not Robert's Oyster Rooms anymore, is the old Robert's Oyster Rooms famous fish restaurant. You could get all your prawns, shellfish. Shame that went. I've seen Stephen's videos with shenanigans and yates on. I think these days we get a lot of stag parties and hen parties here in Blackpool. And across the way, guys, is Talbot Square. I remember one year Red Rum opened the illuminations. For those that don't know, the famous racehorse. Right guys, we're going on to the famous North Pier. This end of Blackpool, you've got the theatre at the end of the North Pier. You've got the Winter Gardens, the Opera House, and you have the, in the tower you had a circus. But there's been some acts on here over the years. Comedians such as Mike Yarwood, and my favourite Ken Dodd. Singers, Val Doonican. I tell you what, in 1953, the famous Frank Sinatra was here in Blackpool, yes. I remember there was a little train here that used to run up the pier, I think, and my lads sat on this. Obviously not here now, but look at this. Magnificent. I don't know if it's built in the Victorian age, but it's really is magnificent. Got views of the North Shore. Up to the Imperial Hotel. The Pembroke, that was the Pembroke, I'm not quite sure what it's called these days. A glance over to the Blackpool Tower. I remember the building next door to the Woolworths building was lit up green. John Lewis. Look at that. How wonderful for the UK. I bought a few fudges out of this place. Yeah, so at the end of the pier, you've got a little jetty, people with fish here. On the right side, you've got the theatre. On the left side, a bar. I believe in the centre of the bar, it was open with deck chairs in, and people used to sit in there, sheltered from the wind, enjoying the sun. I'll let you see the pier. Yes, this is it, Bloom Bar. Let's just have a quick look in the doorway. Here's the outside sun terrace. Yes, it's not changed. Looks like they've stopped people going over the edge of there to fish. Great shot over there to the central pier and the tower. Here you are, get your faces in there. And this hotel, which is now a bar, was a Cliffs Hotel and was one of the most expensive in Blackpool, directly opposite the North Pier. That place across the road, now a pub, the Counting House, was the London Midland Bank. And just across here, off one of these streets, a policeman was murdered here, trying to thwart a robbery in 1971. We've now come to the rear of the tower on Market Street. Here's the Grand Theatre. I went to see Ken Dodd here. And just in front we've got the Winter Gardens. Here we are in the town centre, coming up towards the church. Guys, and no trip to Blackpool is complete without a visit to one of the best fish and chip shops, Yorkshire Fisheries on Topping Street. So I'm going to go here and end this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like these videos, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that will notify you when I upload new videos. Thank you for watching.